What up, what up, what up? This your boy Tank.
And this your nigga Mike Millie.
You dig? And we coming with some Supreme Conversations, you dig? Brought to you by Supreme Cuts over here at 1876 Hope Street, where you could catch me or Mike giving them fire cuts out, you dig?
Yeah.
But today, man, we coming with a special guest, you dig? If you're not from New Orleans, you got to meet this guy if you ain't from New Orleans. But if you from New Orleans and you don't know him,
You know who this is.
hell, you definitely know who this is.
You know who this is.
You dig? Some people might call him the most controversial person in New Orleans. Or
They might pretend they don't know.
They might call him Onk. You dig?
You know who
Mr.
he is.
Seven Ward. You dig? But today, we coming with Mr. Byron Cole.
You are who you rock with.
What's happening, B?
How y'all doing? Oh, we live.
Oh,
We
man, we
live.
live, baby. We live. We live, baby.
right.
All the way
I
live.
like that. How y'all doing, man?
Man, we good, partner. How you doing?
Cool.
I'm good. First, I want to say, you know, being from New Orleans, right? You know, and having the mother that I had and being so ingrained in the streets of New Orleans, right now, you know, it's really just something I'm getting used to on a wide level, just being respected by so many real niggas, you feel me?
For sure.
Like, New Orleans is a city where you can't get a Newport out of nigga. You hear me? And so,
You gotta be about something to get that though.
yeah.
You niggas
So
are just giving
yeah.
that. Yeah. Who the
And
is
so,
you?
and so when I sit back and I look, and like he say Mr. Seven and all that stuff, Onk and Mr. B, right? And I look and I'm really from the Seven. And you know, the last time I seen a nigga get that kind of respect out the Seven without, you know, playing pro sports or without having a hit song or, you know, without being on TV, it was a long time ago. And so my grandmother used to tell me I was chosen because my birthday is 12/12. I'm starting to see a lot of things manifest that she was running to me. And when I was little, I just thought it was just some Bible, you know, stuff, old ladies, you know, be running. But I'm starting to see it all play out now. And it's just so humbling. So I wanted to start off by saying, man, the fact that y'all would just even have me on here like I got something to say that's so important, I really appreciate that respect.
Oh yeah. You part of the culture of New Orleans, man. So I mean, shit, you know, everybody from New Orleans know you dig. So I mean, you be coming with your shit, you dig?
12, 12, 12.
Coming with your shit.
That was crazy, huh?
Yeah, 12/12/71.
No, I'm saying when it was 12, 12, 21.
Oh,
For it to
yeah.
be 12, 12, 12. Yeah.
Yeah, I got married 11/11/22. My first child was born 6/6/91, half of 12/12/71. You know, I didn't pick them numbers. It's impossible.
You ever play them?
I picked the wedding date, though.
You play them numbers?
Man, I'm glad you asked that so we could just get right into it. I don't deal with no fuckery. I don't deal with chance. I deal with what I can actually, you know, breed and manifest.
Tangible
and then I
shit.
pray about the rest.
Yeah.
But you know, we're gonna start this show off by asking this first question. Who is Byron Cole?
Damn.
Who is Byron Cole?
Byron Cole is Diane and Cecil's son, if you know them. They're from here too. 9th Ward and 12th Ward. Byron is a compassionate, critical thinker. Byron is a deep thinker.
Get in that mic for me.
Yeah, Byron is a spiritually based person that loves his family. Byron is a protector, a provider. You know, I like to say I'm just a man, but I'm a good man, and I let God be my guide. And so I get a lot of people who think that my whole personality is what they see in the videos when they don't realize that the videos, I'm at work Just like how when you hear cutting hair, you're at work. You know?
Right.
But I hate to answer that question because it's never valid if you're saying it yourself. And so I'd like to say that, like you said, you know, you got a lot of politicians that might, you know, be naysayers of mine. But when I walk through my hood, the little children and the old ladies and everybody, I like to say I'm what they say.
Right. That's what's up, B.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Shit, you can't do nothing but respect that, man.
Yeah, you know, I make parallels all the time. I see you got a nice necklace on.
Appreciate that, baby.
Where you from?
I'm from the 6th Wall.
All right. So I know you know that nigga run in here if they want to and challenge you for that chain, but they never do.
No.
Why?
Because I'm a man.
Because
And
they respect
me.
yeah.
They respect me, baby.
And so I walk through here all the time. Got few sets of $5,000 chains, and they don't never buck me. And I watch them buck others right in my face. And I try to tell them, man, look. But everybody got to grow. You feel me?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so I like to say that's who I am.
That's what's up.
Yeah, you know, if your hood don't respect you, I don't know what you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit.
And you from the 6th?
Oh, yeah.
I still got 3 campaign signs up in the Lafitte. Just drive through there and see them and be like, dang.
Right off Version line. Yeah. What you campaigning for?
No, I'm talking about from old election.
Oh, from old
Yeah.
election. All right.
Yeah, I ain't listening for no new election.
You still ready?
Like a Glock. So look, bro, I'm really so. A few great men have said that leaders live amongst the people, eat amongst the people, sleep amongst the people. We could have been right across the street on the corner at St. Aug and did this. It wouldn't have mattered to me.
Right.
I'm not with none of the aesthetics. I'm gonna keep it 100. As soon as I feel like I need to make a distinction, I'm gonna do that. You feel me? So you don't have, you know,
sure.
I'm good. I tell my wife all the time, if I ain't saying nothing, babe, I'm good.
Right. For sure. That's what's
I'm
up.
Mama D's son. Y'all know Mama D?
Yeah, do we?
Yeah.
Mama D used to come through that shop and give us love, man.
Yeah. If something need to be said, I'm gonna say it.
That's
now
what's up.
I've had to learn, you know, in these streets, just like we all did in New Orleans, that just how you got, you know, how you got to respect and deal with people and whatnot. But yeah, I have every full right at all times to say what makes me uncomfortable in any environment, or the right to exit that environment, or if it's my environment, regulate it to the fullest.
Right.
This
right.
is my hood.
Right.
Grew up around here. Walked to school right there.
What school? St. No?
Yeah.
That's what's up there.
Say I want to switch it. We're going to get back to the city, man. But I heard the word love. One of y'all drew out love. But speak on marriage. Speak on that. Touch on that.
All I can say is that I'm newly married for the first time ever. Got married 11/11/22. I'm not a professional, right? But I will say, if we want to speak on love, that a man must be to the point where he's sown his wild oats. He's, you know, ready to be committed. And then he has to have a woman that exemplifies her femininity and adorns it, and is, you know, ready to receive her Boaz. That's all I can really say on that.
Well, that was specific.
Yeah,
that's something I never actually touched on.
I got married this time because I didn't have to try to like her or try to think about what to say. And then, you know, my back was covered fully without me saying nothing, you know, and it just felt a little differently than all the other situations had felt.
Solid.
And then, I have to say this, I'm so real of a nigga, I have to say that, you know, when I was 22 and 23 running around here, it was beaucoup of well-raised young ladies like her that I was playing with, and you know, they might have had treated me right, because I don't want to disrespect no one, you know. But when that's why I started off with showing them oats. You know, when you done laid up on the beach in different countries and, you know, the one night stands and da-da-da and, you know, and all that da-da-da-da, you know, I got to respect my wife, right?
For sure.
And then also escaped all of that without no diseases that you got to linger with and all that, right?
In this day and age, right?
New Orleans
We
leads
in the numbers. We in the top.
Baton Rouge and New Orleans, both.
I think we in the top 10 for sure. I know that for sure.
In the top 3, man.
Yeah, we hit, B.
Baton Rouge, New Orleans. Baton Rouge, New Orleans.
Miami, Atlanta, Houston, Dallas. It's
There's a
black
lot of urban.
cities.
There's a lot of urban cities.
It's
Yeah,
black cities,
yeah, for sure. That's why we gotta protect ourselves, man.
So look, it's bigger than just protecting yourself, dog. So now the white folks done moved here in a whole not a whole no more. They sex workers, and we see all races of people from every other state selling pussy on fucking chef, right? And everybody say, well, that's not my business. But it is. If you're driving past that bitch with your little girl in the car and she ever in a struggle one day and lost and thinks she needs some money and she done seen that and you wasn't able to explain that.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
You understand?
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit that we need to shut down in our city that we know ain't right.
Why is it that fucking hard to do something different in a city? Like, take a city and clean it up for real. Like, what's the fucking hold up? To go down chef and
chaos,
fuck off
dysfunction,
the corner,
and mayhem.
man. But not just get the fuck off the corner off the street.
Chaos,
Let me help
dysfunction,
you.
and mayhem are institutions that create money.
Let's help you.
Money.
All them people under the bridge.
Money.
What's happening?
So I'm glad you brought
Is
that
it
up.
the property?
Let me tell you something. First of all, America does need to address that the train is moving too fast. People can't enter properly. A lot of people are left in the cracks, right? And so, we can say, well, they drunk, they smoke crack, they did this 50 things wrong in a row. But, we can't just examine effect and not cause. And we see that the rat race is too tremendous, that the human price for email and fucking the internet is ridiculously high. And so the institution has even put a class system within that because we see them living under the bridge and disrupting black business with traditional family names, indigenous New Orleanians, Labatt, Charbonnet, right? They can't even get respected. The traditional New Orleanian. So any nigga under them, and they got millions. You hear me? I'm trying to get my people to see. So any nigga that you ain't got millions and you ain't indigenous, you ain't getting shit. You hear me? And so they've been forced, the homeless have been forced down there when we saw before that they was by
Canal Street.
The food stamp office, a fucking cemetery.
Yeah, it was all along.
A toll lot where you ain't bothering nobody. It's people who call has been impounded, right? That it wasn't good for them to live there. They had to push them down into our sector because we're the lower rung of the socioeconomic ladder. And we have no say-so. And so now we witness that. And then we have a white boy come that gets paid a lot of money to tell us that the federal government says the law is we can't move them, but yet we see Jefferson Parish don't let them set up camp at all. They tell them you better go to New Orleans. That's what they tell them, right?
Right.
And then, even in Orleans Parish, we see that they only set up in congested traffic ways or where black people stay. Ain't nowhere where white people stay. Because think about it. If you're homeless, wouldn't you want to wake up every morning and look at the fucking lake? You won't wake up and look at pissy-ass Bird Street, would you?
Makes sense to me.
But the levee police just removed a man for sleeping.
So it's just that easy.
It's just that easy.
Yeah, but they're going to push them out, B.
Well, here's the deal. The reason why we can't get any headway with what I'm discussing is because we have no block, no unity, right? We've been suppressed so long that everybody's just riding with the camp that they think gonna pay them. And
Everything is based off of greed.
Bullshit.
All negativity.
That's
got
why I
some
look
greed
so
in it.
odd. Bullshit. Let me tell you, because I'm the first motherfucker coming a long time that say, I don't want nothing. I really don't. I'm blessed.
How'd it feel
How what feel?
to be blessed? Not need for nothing.
So I'm going to tell you the truth. People hate me for this.
Happy life.
People hate me for this.
You just trying to help others.
Let me tell you, man.
And that's the goal.
People hate me for this because they think I was given something. But let me tell you the real truth. So I am tenured, retired, vested from USD 500 school district. People just, they don't understand. They just think niggas just talking and crazy, right? And I also, right now, I'm currently the lead investigator at Jerome Matthews Jr. Law Firm here in New Orleans. And I think he's one of the best and most diligent attorneys in New Orleans.
Where is he located?
Office is in Gretna, but we go everywhere in the 5 parishes that touch here.
Okay.
And so a lot of people don't understand the background of where I come from with my mother too and the things I've seen. So you look on TV and you see now that being an activist is like being a rapper. Who got the best da-da-da-da? You know, it's a bop to it, right? And I refuse to participate in that shit. And so I grew up in meetings with Diana Bejois, Ernest Morial, Israel Augustine, Julian Bond, Andrew Young, really, and watched how they put together the first time the format of how to deal with this shit. And so when I step up to the table and want to discuss a resurgence for my people and which way we should move, the nigga want to argue with it because they think this was Byron saying. But really, I could be quoting Garvey verbatim, and some bitch-ass nigga is going to jump up and say, man, I don't like it that way. I feel like, and I'll be like, bitch, you might feel like, but based on what?
Right.
What's your track record, my nigga?
Right.
Because when I was across the street at St. Aug, walked in the door at 11, they knew, here come Byron with that pro-black shit because of who my mother was.
I'm just about to say that mom was the same way.
Been on this, right? I'm sitting in meetings about which way we should go with our youth, and the main nigga rivaling me, and everybody listening and giving him traction, he go to jail on weekends for not paying his child support. I got 8 children, been on child support for 7 of them, ain't never went to jail. But this the nigga we need to listen to. You feel me? And then when I say out loud, man, nigga, you go to jail for not paying child support, they say, damn, B, that's not fair that you said that. I say it's very relevant. We
Right.
talking about which way to go with the youth, our sons. This nigga couldn't pay for his sons.
Right.
Which, and I'm not supporting that either.
Yeah,
all
for
that's
sure.
foul.
For sure.
But I loved mine enough to do whatever I had to do to make sure that the reason why they couldn't see me wasn't because they had to tell people his daddy didn't have no fucking money. You feel me?
Right.
That's a whole nother shit. That's some New Orleans nigga shit right there.
Shit got done. Shit was handled.
Hey, got handled, boy. You don't want me to tell you how I got some of them Christmas presents. Thank you, Jesus. You feel me? And I repent. But I ain't never been that nigga to say, daddy couldn't.
Right.
Never.
Yeah, we're just gonna make this shit
We're
happen.
gonna do this.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen.
We're gonna do this. You know? Now that I'm older, you know, I've learned that every good squirrel collects nuts, so I prepare. And I still get overwhelmed sometimes. I got buku churn, now I got grandchildren. But, you know, yeah, when they was younger, we getting that Christmas present.
Yeah.
Fuck with daddy. You might have just got out of jail. I don't give a fuck. We getting that. You gonna be normal. You gonna, you know. I
Have
ain't gonna-
everything everybody else got.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be the issue. Daddy not.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
How many kids you got?
8 that I made. I got another 3 that's mine too.
That's what's
My
up.
brother passed, his son and his wife, and his son was young, so that's one of mine.
His son. I mean,
My nephew is
Your
one
nephew?
of mine. Yeah, my brother passed when my nephew was 4,
your
5.
You said 2 people passed.
No, well, yeah, because my nephew mama passed too.
So his wife too, your brother and his wife.
Yeah.
Sheesh, car accident. What?
Nah, 2 different issues, but it was
this
it
one
was
at
at
the
a
same time.
yeah, it was at a young stage in his life, and so
How soon after each other?
couple years. Yeah, it was some fucked up shit. But let me tell you, rose through the concrete, really, and God. You know, he graduated at the top of his class, University of Connecticut, makes 6 figures, live in Boston. It's okay, just had a kid. God, you know. And so that's why I tell the youth in my program, man, that little nigga had every reason to quit. My daddy did, my mama did.
Shit, that's hard there, B.
Yeah.
That's hard, man.
How is that mama passing? Because I heard that was hard. I went to my partner mama funeral.
You low down for that. I told you I wasn't gonna put my shades on. You want to talk, man. So you know, my mama was Superwoman. You know, a lot of niggas have that. You know, that one that when you try to figure out some shit, oh baby, just you pour this on it and it come off. You know, she tell you how to fix everything, right? My lawyer, my counselor, you know, my teacher. And so what hit me was that my mother leaving was a part of all this process. It was a part of me sitting here today. I had to understand all that. I was ready to say and do the things I'm doing 15 years ago, but it wasn't my turn. And mama was effective and eloquent, and there was no need. And so I just watched. And I traveled all over the world with her and to political events, significant ones, inaugurations of powerful people, mayors of Memphis, governors here, governors in Tennessee, mayors in Mississippi, you know, real political forums. And so, first it was shock. Damn, my coach, right? First time you cut her hair after you left barber school, it wasn't a little apprehensive? You know? I know now it's nothing, right? But be real with me,
yeah,
though.
fucking right.
You first walked out to school,
Yeah,
nigga
you
paying
fucking
you,
right. Yeah.
and you like, damn, I can't fuck this nigga head up because he gonna pay me.
Anything you do for your first time, you're gonna be fucked up. Yeah.
But what gave me a lot of confidence was the Cardell Hayes case. So when they first came and got me to do the Cardell Hayes case, I was not ready for no shit like that. So I went and got my mama. I'm not foolish, you feel me? Playing with a man's life. I didn't understand what I needed to understand to address that. So when I got my mama, she was handling it.
Briefly run us through. What was the case about?
So Cardell Hayes is the gentleman involved with the Will Smith shooting that was falsely arrested and convicted.
What happened? Somebody pulled up behind him.
So
he
listen.
shot.
So wait. Listen. So we in court. I can't say too much. I can tell you that evidence in the first trial proved that Cardell was on his way home from a family function with no alcohol or drugs in his system, and that Will Smith was coming from a restaurant with the police in his company and NFL players, and he had liquor and other things in his system. And Cardell was sitting in traffic and got rear-ended. And when he got rear-ended, like any dude, if I hit the back of your car and pull off, you're going to come behind me if your car running to at least get my tag, right?
Right.
So that's what Cardell was doing. And then Will slammed on his brakes, and Cardell ran into the back of him on accident. That's why he was unable to retreat from the situation. It got out of hand. And
He was hurt.
Will was shot. I can't say anything else after that. Except for that evidence proves that Cardell is in fact innocent. And that the DA had the chance to just drop the charges and didn't. And so he's fighting for his life again. Since even though he's been out, he's still on house arrest. He ain't been in none of his kids' games. Whole reason for us wanting him out was so that he could participate with his family and not disrupt their life and quality of life, right? wasn't able to do any of that.
It's tough.
And so,
And this other man, is dead.
yeah, he's dead, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Have you ever been in a situation where you're forced to defend your life?
No.
Okay.
Not really.
So then, I'm going to stop right there then.
For sure. Can't speak on it if you ain't been through it.
Yeah. I got a bullet hole in my arm. And I also been stabbed a couple different times. And it definitely changes your perspective on how you view everything. Simplest of things. Walk to the store, everything.
Life is valued and it could be gone.
Wow. Quickly. Quickly.
We all got dead partners.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody we know that's dead.
Oh, yeah, that's something we all,
Living in New Orleans, you done been through it, partner.
And then we go. So what do we leave behind? You know, what do we instill in our kids? Why the fuck is these little dudes fucking up with these cars? Like, what's happening in the city with that? Just that. And why we don't get a task force that just sit back, relax, and try to catch these niggas and round them up so they can know that they got the task force out there. They gonna stop that shit.
They don't have
man.
enough police. You talking about task
So
force.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you
They
something.
don't have enough police.
Let me tell you something. We'd be better off getting the police and going round up all these crooked-ass politicians that's stealing the fucking money. The mayor gave 2% of the fucking city budget, $700 million to youth and family programming, bro. You heard me? And then put over youth and family programming Emily Wolf, who has no degrees or nothing in that background, because she helped her in her campaign. If y'all really knew what was going on, you'd understand. Also, you're sitting here while talking about round up these little niggas while your mayor stole $2 million from other city funds and was forced to pay it back. Wouldn't have never said nothing or paid it back had she not got caught. And your legislature just voted to deny New Orleanians a $10 hourly wage, which is still below the national average.
What's the average?
I don't know,
maybe
but it ain't
14,
10.
something like that. But
I don't know if you can go to Little Rock, Arkansas, and get a job for 14.
how can who is allowing that to happen?
That's Louisiana, man.
Your state rep.
You can knock down a increase, but you can go up on the taxes. Housing is the cost that went up. So
your state
how you
reps,
able to do one but don't do the other?
Your state
and then
rep,
when
your
you
congressman.
do it, it ain't even enough.
So man, let's just start it. Okay, here we go. Cedric Richmond betrayed you. And then he got Troy, and Troy betraying you. That's where it starts. Right there.
Nope.
And then, hold on. And then, since you said you got Fuller coming on next month, niggas like him who might be decent niggas, they ain't gonna say shit. So they betraying you too, because they all know. And that's why I'm the black sheep, because I'm gonna tell it. If we all getting accused.
So does a man have knowledge and wisdom, understanding, and then you don't use it, or you try to? What the fuck is we doing
Everybody
as a
got
black
their
man,
take.
man? Why are we fucking bullshit?
Everybody got their take.
Why do we get comfortable and greedy? Hey, or do we think we gonna get enough and then we gonna change?
First of all, generational wealth has nothing to do with material shit.
We gonna play the
These
game
niggas-
long enough.
These
and then
niggas not in alignment.
But
they
it's
think-
never enough.
They think it's about money and how
Right.
much paper they leave. But see, them niggas stupid. You ever heard of Tony Brown Journal?
No.
That's a black man been talking about politics in America since I was a little boy. He used to be on channel. First of all, my mama didn't let us watch shit, but like Channel 12. You had to be learning some shit, or you had to cut the fucking TV off. If you stayed home, listen, if you stayed home from school,
I need to
you
do
couldn't
that.
watch no fucking TV.
Who did that? Your mama did that?
Yeah.
I'm copying.
If you was sick in the morning, nigga, I had perfect attendance. Because if I was sick in the morning, I knew I had to go to school and throw up to come home. You feel me?
Right.
So what we was talking about, I just forgot.
Something that's fucked up.
Oh, the little dudes. The politics.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so first of all, Congress voted when Obama, the first black president ever, bombed Africa. The first president ever to bomb Africa was the black man. Congress voted on that.
What was that reason?
Troy Richmond was sitting there right then. He ain't coming to 7-1 to ask, now nigga, do we want to bomb Africa? He's supposed to represent us. One of the highest paid officials, Cedric. Yeah. He walked through here and Obama these bitches, you heard me, and sung Al Green to these motherfuckers, and ain't a fucking thing in New Orleans like it was when he started. And we all broker and more suppressed and got all these new neighbors.
Right.
Then he threw Troy in there. I seen this nigga stand up at Allen Berry Children's funeral and talk about all the new shit they done and the bills they passed to make sure that no more kids drown in the fucking river. And we was just down there a year anniversary of this man children missing, and ain't nothing done. And while I'm out there making a video to commemorate what happened and respect this man's situation, we see children playing on the river, baby, running up to the river, to where one of the people say, "Let me go tell them children to move."
Right.
You hear me? So it's gonna take some more black children to die, right? But that ain't the issue. The issue is he grandstanded at this man's children's funeral. Oliver Thomas was up there, Delisha Boyd, Darren, the clerk of court. And so, man, I'm about to start some shit, but it's the truth. I'm from here. So my mama was Mama D, and I went to the Catholic school, and my hair was curly. Even though I was brown, I could still go to the Redeemer parties and the Ursuline parties and the Cabrini parties and all that, right? And so what I'm trying to tell black New Orleans, indigenous black New Orleans that look like me, right, is that Homer Plessy wasn't arguing that all niggas could ride the train car. He was saying, we're not like them. We're different. So that's why we should be able to ride the train car. We don't care what you do with them niggas. That's what Homer Plessy really was saying, right? And so since this here is the majority of New Orleans, we don't have to ask nobody a fucking thing. Felons can vote. All we got to do is register right now. We got 2 years. And I'll show you what we can really do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fuck all that talking and begging an overseer. You can't get Stevenson to leave Massa, that white man. He wasn't going to leave. He was living better than all the rest of them niggas. He was too old to go figure out how to live any other kind of way.
It was already planted in him.
That's what's up with these comfortable, invested niggas. So when I said earlier, life good, I'm happy, and I know what I'm supposed to be doing, is because I finally got to a point where now my premise is always spirituality, right? And so if I ain't supposed to be doing what I'm doing, how do I get retired at 38 with benefits? Why would the Lord take my mama early and leave me her house? Which I already had my own house. I need people to know that. Bought and paid for. But every time I've wanted to quit doing what I'm doing, God sends me a relief or what I need for the next leg of it. That's how this all started. He's talking about asking me about being married, love, right? But I also have learned too that no matter how fine you are and your old lady is and how smart and all the qualities y'all got, marriage is work. And everybody who's old that we know always say,
definitely work.
They always say, work on it. And we say, we doing good. So we know what they mean. That shit's lurking.
Oh, yeah.
You know, all kinds of principalities and shit that you got to be aware of. And so.
It's work, but I love it. I love it.
Well, let me tell you this. I'm 51. And so I'm really from New Orleans. I'm really about, you know, that classy representation of a New Orleans black man. And I'm about what I say. Like, you know, at 51 years old, I could run 4 miles to save my life, for sure. And I could drop right here and do 50 push-ups if I had to for my life. You hear me?
For sure.
Yeah, you know. And so the same way I'm talking about my prowess in the physicality, you know, it's a Trinity life. And so I'm there on my spirituality, which makes me the coldest. That's the piece right there. And then the second most valuable is the mental. Because I guarantee you, if you read more than every other nigga, you will fare better than every other nigga. I don't give a fuck what the situation is.
Yeah, my man get down too. He got all type of books he be trying to put me on.
Yeah. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we got weights, spirituality, and enlightenment happening at my house, 6 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. We reading Why We Can't Wait right now by Dr. Martin Luther King.
I heard you say that all y'all have the book.
And we all have it now. 6 of us so far.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you need help with things that you're trying to accomplish in the city?
Cause I know you're trying to accomplish a lot.
So I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
I know you.
That was a broad question. So let me say this. I finally got to the point now where when I speak, I can be heard, right? What I need from you more than anything is your credibility. That's what I need, right? You know, if I'm saying something and it's something that you can rock with, you know, let that be the conversation in the shop Monday. You know, man, you heard what that boy Byron said? You agree with that?
Right.
If you agree with it, then you make sure every little nigga I seen when I pull up, I seen y'all had little niggas coming in getting their hair.
If it makes sense, it makes sense.
If it makes sense. My point is, we gonna mold them or we gonna let the motherfuckers mold them?
Oh yeah, man. I mean,
you hear me?
I'm putting pressure down on them little niggas every day they come in here, man.
Man, them niggas know you can't even come. Mister, you come to Mr. I just yesterday took the dumbbells off the porch because my wife don't like them on the porch. I put them in the basement. Because little niggas can't even come to my house without picking up the weights. Because I'm going to make sure your mental straight and your spiritual straight while we talking. But you got to hit some sets and everything just to come talk to me.
So, I mean, what you doing in the hood for them to come talk to you? Like, all of them come talk to you? What that's about?
So, first of all,
I know you play a big part in the community.
That's a twofold question. So, first of all, my mama died and they didn't stop coming. That's the beginning. But
she always had them under her.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So a lot of them my brothers or my brother's children or the cousins and you know, right? But then I got my own little sector that I've developed too. And so, man, what it is just basically I've learned that true help is what people really need from you, not what the fuck you think they need.
Right.
As long as they ain't cracked out and shit, you feel me?
Mario touched on
that. Yeah. And I've also learned that, you know, I can be a conduit because of my credibility. So I can call you. I might try.
Oh, most definitely.
I might try this shit though.
Most definitely.
I can call you and say
either I can or I can't.
Yeah, well, we got a mama.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's always like
hopefully
this.
That I can.
It's always like this though. We got a mama in the East.
But I would love to.
And it's a light bill, and you don't got to give me shit. Make the payment. And keep your own receipt. I don't want your money. I don't have no GoFundMe in the bio, none of that shit. And so my credibility lends me the ability to be a conduit. And so now I need that to grow. And that comes from having the credibility of other strong black men and women.
For sure, man.
Because we're going to do a lot of shit. Let me tell you, you know what I can do? Let me talk shit. Because I want somebody to tell me shut the fuck up or either give me the platform, right?
Right.
I can define and orate eloquently exactly what the prison pipeline is and how to disrupt it. And I can prove it in real time. Can't find a civil rights lawyer nowhere in New Orleans want to take on the charter structures of the school district. Can't find one want to take on the police or the sheriff's office. Can't find one want to take care of the Tulane or the Oshner. And that's the problem. New Orleans got to be what it is, a black mecca, because it was off the foundation of Walter Coyne and A.P. Turo bringing groundbreaking cases to the forefront in Louisiana that were then taken by Thurgood Marshall and fought on a national level, which they made that nigga famous. And they left out Walter Coyne on purpose because he was a fucking dog like you and me.
Right.
You heard me?
Right.
Like Medgar Evers. That's why they don't talk about Medgar. Medgar was the coldest one because he was really in Mississippi, running up on Mississippi State University saying, you crackers not going to do this. And he was a big old strong nigga too, you feel me? And that's how he was coming. It wasn't no kumbaya. It wasn't no let me pray first with you, my enemy. I'm going to turn my cheek shit. And that's why he was effective. And that's why he got shot in the back too. But it's enough of us now in a new day to where really none of us have to die. It's a shame the conundrum we in.
I know, but a lot of us don't want to stick together as black folk, man. It's hard for us to stick together, man. It's hard. What you think we could do for us to stick together?
Stay out of Triangle. Stay out of Brothers. Stay out of Melba's. Let's start right there. If we can get the whole city to do that, you ask me, promote that on every show. Say, remember to stay out of Triangle, stay out of Melba's, stay out of Brothers. You want me to tell you why?
Why is that?
Melba's had the racist statement that they were allowed to retract on WWL like they ain't never said it on the day that I was doing my candidate speech. And I asked them, and they cut my speech short because they didn't want me to say that. Melba's come out and made the racist statements. Now everybody thinking black people own Melba's when the black attorney that's involved with Melba's only owns like 5 or 15% of Melba's, right?
I thought it was black.
Nah. I held a protest to shut Manchu down. An employee from Melba's came because she knew me, her and her mama. A nigga went back to Melba's and told them they seen that girl out there in my protest, and Melba's fired her that day. Then they had Jermaine call me because she's an attorney. She's the owner, Jermaine. One of these famous New Orleans names. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna do it dirty. I think they hired the little girl back. But had I not knew Jermaine, the attorney that is part owner, and talked to her, it's just gonna fuck over that little girl.
Just because she was at your campaign?
Yeah, just because she was at my shit that had nothing to do with Melba's.
I can't say why niggas just don't do right, but I mean, I understand.
And so,
agree.
man, and another thing, too,
money,
how the fuck we gonna have a... So this is what does this to our people.
Money,
what does
bro.
this to our people is the fact that, fuck, man, there's people in New Orleans still making $8-something an hour. How the fuck you take care of your family like that, man? So motherfuckers is drive motherfuckers crazy. People can't keep control of their homes. Their children don't listen to them and respect them because they can't make ends meet.
So that's why you think all the shit going on in the city? Because they can't make ends meet?
That's a part of it.
Yeah. That's why I say you can't just lock the niggas
so
up.
listen,
It's
let me
gotta
tell
be
you
a
something.
reason.
Let me tell you something.
This is definitely a reason.
Understand this. I'm going to give you the reasons. First of all,
Strong.